on with it.
I'm trying to, sweet. You best listen. The comeback is a real deal. B.J. Smith, 6-year Pro Bowl MVP. Ignorant fools that gave me nothing to work with. The owners, I mean.
What owners are you talking about?
The owners of the team, they gave me nothing. Then the reason my marriage failed. I worked my ass off all those years, sweating blood and puking my soul out, and they treat me like a tractor. Roll me around, treat me no better than the dogs. The guys that got hurt, they never saw a penny out of those monsters.
That's just like Jade.
Who's Jade? She a fox?
My friend. She's a goth. She got sacked for wearing makeup and an I Hate Life t-shirt to work and never saw a penny.
She like, football stuff?
She teaches kindergarten, professionally.
You know, I know a lot of players who need to go back to school after they finish playing. It's a tough life and you lose something.
What did you lose?
Hope, diction, something. It's brutal out there.
That's just like Jade. Those kids are evil little brats.
Listen, are you gonna talk about your freaking friends who dress like a funeral? I thought we were here to talk about BJ. B.J. Smith, and I feel alive. And I can kill you in 1 second, old man. And he says, I got a wife. And you say, give me all the money in your cash register.
What are you talking about?
You know how many zeros you big punk? We're the security, asshole!
Doing? I love your show. Sorta. BJ, man, you're awesome. Here's my question. How'd you play that game against San Andreas with 2 broken legs? Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Wow, man, I don't know what to say. This is the greatest day of my life.
Well, why the hell you call in? Don't worry, I'm a professional. The method I use in the game against essays is actually a part of my exercise video. When in doubt, go for the groin. I hope that answers your question. That's a problem with the public. Fans. I get it all the time. Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I get that all the time. People say, are you that girl off the television in that show? And I say, no, I'm the girl from the radio. I just look like her. Anyway, BJ, that's all we have time for now.
Thanks, Amy. And, look after that mustache.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be back on K-Chat after these messages from our sponsors. Don't go away.
Are you tired of Dad?
Dad, no one wants to hear your stupid Vietnam stories.
Are you tired of Mom?
Hi, Angel. Do you want to go outside? No!
The arcade comes to your living room, only without the creepy guy. The Genetron gaming system plays 3 exciting games, including Defender of the Faith, where you save the green dots with your fantastic flying red square. Monkey's Paradise, where you swing from green dot to green dot with your red square monkey.
That's right!
And Penetrator, where you smash the green dots deep inside the mysterious red square.
Wow!
The Degenitron brings arcade realism to your living room. It can even take quarters, and a strange, sweaty man comes by to empty the machine on Fridays.
I need room to move.
With cooking oil, to have that extra piece of cake or bowl of kitty litter. production facilities, we use salivation philanthropists who make Salivex all day. Salivex, when it comes to personal dryness upstairs, we're deadly serious.
Welcome back to K-Chat. My next guest is the star of the hit show, Just the Five of Us, where he appears as the rich father of a family of misfits. But more recently, he's working on the controversial theater piece, In the Future, There Will Be Robots. Claude Maginot. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Amy. However, you have mispronounced my name. It's Madge, which rhymes with badge, as in duh, and no as in more than you. Maginot. Anyway, thank you for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure to discuss my art.
Yes, you're so funny. Now, Claude, you're an interesting man, if you don't mind me saying so myself. Because on the one hand, you're on the funniest show in the whole wide world, Just the Five of Us, and on the other, you do those weird theater dance shows which aren't funny.
Yes, thank you, technical school dropout. I'm sure sitting here talking all day is terribly difficult. Juilliard is not. In the Future There Will Be Robots is not a funny piece. It deals with the most important issues in the world today. Love, pain, suffering, skin-tight pants, and well-stretched groin muscles. Let's see, music has no name here. It's about depth and texture and sense of community that emerges from the struggle going on within all of us. Between man and machine. Between the angel and the beast. It's as if Petrushka and Leonard Bernstein were in a ferocious dance competition with switchblades. That is passion, my dear.
Okay. So it's a bit like Just the Five of Us. What a show! I love Jimmy. He's so cute, even though he looks so young.
I'd rather not talk about my complications working with him. I'm a performer. I express myself any way I can, while I'd never attempt to describe Just the Five of Us as anything other than worshipless pap. I need to support my serious art. It's like stealing a boombox to do live interpretive dance. If I bring joy to people's hearts doing an interpretation of a tree in the park... mass market, the degrading excess of the culture, or the horrors that we all have within it.
Great, yeah. Me too. But as Mr. Chesterfield, you're so funny. What is it you say? Not in my house. That gets me every time, especially after the drunken tramp you adopted has wet himself. Oh, say it for me, please.
As they say in France, matrice. Not in my house. Please, I came on your fine show to discuss art, not people that whore themselves out on the altar of commercial success, dancing like a puppet alongside a genetic freak, although I do that too.
Okay, Rudy. So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. My performance at the Hollywood Bowl, perhaps. There are some that attend the concert inside. I am the concert outside myself. In the parking lot where we build bonfires and dance. It comes back to the seriousness of my purpose. At a young age, I held puppet shows. There's a manatee on stage. See? He cannot hear from the wall of Wagner around him. We have lasers that shoot him down, cut him free his soul from the bondage of the past. And then on stage, we have snow that falls and represents love in all its forms. The robot makes a snow angel, and we begin to cry. Close curtain.
Okay. Well, I love Just the Five of Us.
Please, 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 enough! 5 succeeds while robots starve. Attendance has been poor. If I were opening this with the Orquesta Filarmónica de Jalapa in Mexico, there would be riots in the streets with small children giving me flowers and weeping. Here in Vice City, they wouldn't know art unless it came as a tube of beef jerky. They told me, Claude, it can't be done. Vice City is for sun worshippers and Philistines, and I told them no. I told them if I'm directing a work of commercial dross down there, I must save my soul with some serious art. But to be honest, Amy, they were right. I feel ahead of my time. The best artists are ignored. I mean, surely any right-minded person would rather spend an evening watching me express the meaning of space as I move delicately across the stage in the dance of desire and denigration than flopping around in a disco or a nightclub or sucking the electric teat of television.
I know I would.
God! I mean, what is wrong with you people?
God, my hair.
What?
My hair is all wrong. It clashes with my dress.
Zeus, Cicero, Shakespeare, Flaubert, someone, please save me from this hellhole. My dear, you are so ignorant. I'm trying to save you, to save everyone. You don't see the art around you. Are you in search of Auld Lang Syne's, singing Madama Butterfly on a windowsill, or... be?
Right. Cool. Okay, Mr. Chesterfield. I mean, Mr. Magonaut. You gotta hang in there. You're on K-Chat, and I'll be right back.
Sometimes life throws you a curveball. We help our blue...
Think about it, dickhead.
The shop that sold me that tire, thanks to Delio and Furax, the district attorney saw it that way too.
I accidentally torched a Quickie Mart when my medication ran out. Delio and Furax helped me and the community by ensuring...
at 866-974-2333. That's 866-9-SHADY. Leo and Furax. Accidents happen, and we'll prove it.
The store leading the fight against communism is having a blowout sale. Ammunition has a wide array of peacemakers. Come by Ammunition on Militia Mondays, exercise your Second Amendment rights, and get 10% off all armor-piercing bullets. We're the only gun store that lets you try it before you buy it. Need anti-tank missiles? We've got them. Flamethrowers? Oh, yeah. No credit? No problem. No money down. 90 days, same as cash. Shoot now, pay later. During the 10-minute waiting period, fire up a few rounds at the Ammunition gun range, featuring faces of famous Tommy Pinkos. Come by Ammunition and register to win an anti-aircraft gun actually used when we whooped Australia's ass. This weekend is the Ammunition Film Festival with 3 screenings of the documentary Red Dawn. Ammunition, protecting your rights.
You're back on K-Chat with me, Amy, and my special guest. Let's go to the phones.
Mr. Magonaut, Bruce from Prawn Island. Big fan of the show, Mr. Maginot, big fan. Dude, I don't know about the robot thing. It's weird. Quickly, is he really 42? Does he shop in the kids aisle? Does he get on roller coaster rides? I mean, what's the deal? Does he pay half price of the movie?
No comment. Next caller.
Oh my God, trauma! That's my line. I'm supposed to say that. Oh, God, this guy is such a dick. Next caller. Who's on the line? I mean, who's on line? What number is it? Who's on the line?
Hello, Claude. This is Morgan. I'm just vacationing down here, having finished my doctoral thesis into images of young boys in post-lapsarian Greece and the erotic understatement of the fugue in contemporary Baroque. Fascinating stuff.
Do you have a question? I'm confused.
No, woman. I just wanted to tell Claude about my thesis and discuss his bleaker Death in Venice Street period. Of course I have a question, you silly girl. Claude, I saw Robot. Big fan, and that's praise indeed coming from me. I normally hate anything humanity has achieved since 1836. But one thing fascinated me, Claude, about the show, the pants. They were so tight, so fitted. How do you get such a marvelous, close, sequin figure hugging fit and still? Oh, and were the sequins a reference to lasers?
Yes, my, I agree. Thanks for calling. That is an important question. You see, I'm an important person, and I especially think so. It is really important for people to see my form move through space in very tight pants, or the effect is ruined. Interpretive dance cannot be expressed in baggy clothing. It's like a violin parade. Otherwise, why have a love story with a manatee and the lasers? It's very important.
You're kind of creepy. You're nothing like you are on the show. You're so funny there, Joe. All you talk about is artsy stuff like that nobody understands because it's complicated and how tight your pants are.
That's not true. It's the plight of radio. Rather than grumble like Leporello or a taxi driver about my duties cleaning the back seat, I shall bid you adieu.
Okay, thanks, Claude. Next, we have a very important guest who doesn't dance like a...
Knights of the road, here's your stallion. The car for freedom. The car for hot excitement. The car for a man who is alone against the elements.
The Maibatsu Thunder.
The pride is back. It's the power of a compact.
Looks small, but it's so big.
Fuel injected.
Inject me.
Maibatsu Thunder. On the toll road of life, you have to pay to prove you can. Live the emotion of an individual.
Thunder.
The awesome power of nature distilled into one vehicle. Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
The Maibatsu Thunder.
What's this?
Oye, jefe.
Fairness of our system, then they should find the teacher or a policeman immediately.
I have been sent to shine a light on all degenerates, philanderers, liberals, and other evildoers and expose them for what they really are. Don't waste your money on unnecessary and corrupting material possessions. Give it to me. There's only one thing that will save you. A highly fortified structure in the shape of the most powerful thing on the planet, me. Degenerates will ruin this great city. In my wonderful book, I tell of the impending disaster about to befall this planet. Nuclear holocaust, plagues of flying rodents, the seas rising up and turning yellow. It is come. It is written by me, but don't save yourself. Contribute to the Pastor Richard Salvation statue. Pick up your telephone, call now, 1-866-9-SAVE-ME.
Hi, and welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're listening to K-Chat, Vice City's only commercial talk station, the place where the stars shine in conversation with you and me. I'm Amy Scheckenhausen. My next guest is a rising star in the world of Norse mythology. He's appeared in several best-selling infomercials and travels the globe speaking at corporate training camps. His books and audio cassettes are sold around the world. He is Valhalla's finest deity and motivational speaker, Thor.
Hi. Hello, Amy. I'm happy to be here. It's been a long journey.
Yeah. Now, I don't know much about you. I mean, I read Beowulf. Well, I didn't, but I read the cover. But, like, you're a Viking, right?
Did your tunic and goatskin boots give you a clue, maybe? I am a Viking, and a Viking that will not only help you unleash the Furies, but unleash yourself. It's in my Thor's Norse Power program.
Okay. I'm a little confused. Well, I'm a lot confused. I was taught in school that Vikings were bloodthirsty and violent.
An elder once told me, you must unlearn what you have learned. Of course, then he died of the green plague. There are some Vikings that are a bloodthirsty lot, yes, but no more than anyone else, really. We're a nomadic people, Amy. We have cold fire in our souls. We have that fire too, Amy. You've just lost it since you've gotten television. Now, that being said, I'll answer your question. We are mostly non-violent, though many of the Vikings travel to Scotland. And mind you, anyone who goes there will turn bloodthirsty. You can't understand what the lot are saying. It's all a four, Recklin, a boot, dîner. It's enough to make you want to burn a village to the ground. That's why, in my cassette series, I talk about the importance of communication. You see, Amy, men and women live in different worlds. We use different words. A group of men talk about what they've killed, how to start a fire, who has the best long boat. Women want to talk about keeping a communal lawn or tidy and their feelings. When I'm raiding a village, I don't need to be talking about feelings. It's time for action.
Great. So is that all there is to being a Viking? Pillaging?
No, lass, no. Pillaging and battle are important, but we admire poetry as well, as long as it's poems about whacking someone in with a double-handed battle axe. What's holding you back, Amy? In chapter 3 of my book, I talk about listening to the bloodthirsty water spirit. It's really quite important if you once went to Valhalla.
I think I went there last night. Oh, no, that was Malibu. But it's the same sort of thing. Valhalla was that goth club, wasn't it? So, 1983. But right, what... I want some, but I heard the operation is really gross. You live like it's 982 AD or something.
Mind ye tongue, wench, lest I cut it out. Deep down, all of you listening to me say, Thor, yes, I'd like to unleash the Viking within. Maybe you go camping once a year or hunting and wonder why it feels so natural. That's because it is. Too much of this denying your instincts. Men shaving. You know, deep down in the pit of your soul, you wish you could crouch in the grass with flies biting your face, afraid to move for fear of alerting the beasts, covering yourself with yak urine to thwart your spell. Then, a beast draws close. You pounce, bringing your battle axe on its skull. Man and animal at that moment, one and the same in a terrible beauty. Then you drag the carcass back to camp and celebrate by eating its heart. Some people, they only do this once in a lifetime. I do this every day, and so can you. All it takes is some positive thinking. Just attend my Unleash the Norse Within weekend.
Better tell him, Mario.
What hardware have we got?
Forget about it, Mario.
I hate that woman.
Taking slaves, valuables, and food. Goal setting is very important, Amy, not just in... absorbing his wisdom, learning about the demons and where the wickedness resides in men's hearts. Then as his time drew near, I built a large pyre, burnt him and his wife while communing with Odin's spirit.
Careful, Musty Pines is a sponsor of the show. Oh, Grody, what are you doing?
I'm just adjusting myself, she-devil. Wearing these animal hides does get a bit itchy.
Okay. You never answered my question. What do you think of Vice City?
Your land and people have a lot in common with mine. You see, we too fled our homes due to lack of food, overpopulation, and the bitter cold. And, mind you, starting out to raid passing ships is fine, but we needed a new land to have our way with. Granted, we roll and sail to an area, land in force, and burn down a local monastery or village, whereas you come in, destroy all the creatures, and sew plastic versions of them. You did a fine job pillaging these lands, but you should have done something about Canada.
Wait a minute there, Buster. My mother's half Canadian.
Oh, what are you going to do, wench? Sweep the ice furiously at me? Ha! Socialized medicine? Nah, you did it all wrong. You should have continued to the north and finished things off. talk about this in me motivational learning tapes. That, and beware the magpie. She's the devil. Evil reigneth when darkness falls.
Are you married? You seem like a tough character to live with.
Aye, me wife Helga. What a hag.
This show is not sexist, whatever certain bearded women might say. Women are people too. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't talk that way.
Ah, go live in a chimney, you troll. You 20th century women are all the same. And me hag Helga, she felt prettier uppity ways. She says to me, Thor, I ain't having no mead no more. I'm going to meetings. See? That's your problem. As soon as you sort something out, you have to go preaching from the rooftops to everyone else how to live, not pillage nor plunder no more, but live in boxes. Then she says, Thor, I'm getting me stomach stapled. I look fat. Now fitteth 2 yak skins, where previously 'twas only 1. I say, wench, don't come crying to me when we're in a longboat crossing the straits for 2 moons, and you're all skin and bones. A man needs something to grab onto. Aye, ain't her fault. A cursed pixie goblin got her.
Pixie goblin? What kind of weird ancient nonsense are you talking about? Now, Thor, I've got to ask you, how old are you?
I am as old as the fjords, as young as a newborn lamb.
Are you shy about your age? Just lie about it, like my mom.
Thor is never shy. Thor is mighty. Thor is a god.
And where are you from?
From the beginning of the flat earth, where the sun meets the sky.
Oh, right. By the beach. Great. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back with Thor. He's a real Viking.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez. I think by now you know I am an emotional kind of guy. People stop me in the street and say, Fernando, what the hell is wrong with me? Suit shirt, hairy chest, enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still cannot get a woman. I tell them you are an ignorant fool. Without a symbol of power and fertility around your neck, what kind of woman is going to respect you? That is why I have teamed up with Medallion Man to shop for medallion needs. Medallion Man caters to all levels of masculinity, for the strong, silent type, a medallion the size of a hubcap will say everything that needs to be said. Even singing medallions for the Casanova, who knows music is the food of love. Model trains, dollhouses, diapers, whatever your interest, we've got the medallion for you. Of course, I don't know this music crowd. If you can support a medallion, you can support a family.
We have some sad news for you. Rock and roll is dead and pop is in! Why not discover the excitement of the science of music yourself at Synth & Son, the home of keyboards? Thanks to the science of music, you don't need musical talent to make great music. Just listen. I created that just by pressing a button. Synthesizers are the new way. Why work hard on difficult compositions when a machine can make music better than you've ever dreamed of? You'll be the hit of the party. It's perfect for in-restaurant entertainment, cover bands, and funerals. Make fugues funky and death marches danceable. It's the science of music at Synth & Son. Remember, you don't know you're a musician until you try.
We're back on K-Chat with me, Amy, and my guest is Thor, Viking warrior and elf help guru. Do you have a last name? Oh, whatever. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the wisdom of the ancients. There are many hurdles in life, Amy. I remember one of the first bits of fan mail I got. Came by bottle in the sea. A man of Lollard Island said, a tiny woman came to our farm and swept in front of our door. A woodland troll has carried off my woman in the dead of night. Give me wisdom, Thor.
So, what did you tell him?
Hi, Amy. It was obvious the Black Plague had visited his home. As sure as...
I'm not seeing any booty here.